High five, y'all. We made it through how many days together? We made it through 35 days. Yo, guys, I am so sorry. I literally when I started this series, I could see it going to day 100, day 1000. I thought it wasn't a problem. I was having a lot of fun. Like seriously, it was a lot of fun showing up. A lot of fun sharing like little tidbits about my day or like thoughts here and there, some ponderings, reflecting, musing, all that. Or just like, being there, doing something every day. That's really nice. I really, yeah, and connecting with you guys. But, but sadly, I had to quit playing chess. So I was like, wow, this is super. I was like, how am I going to continue chess meditations when I can't play chess? Like, well, that's kind of a problem. And I was like, oh no, what do I do? And I thought actually if I should continue, just as a sense of like, okay, I'm gonna just, because that is actually why, like I wanted to do something to serve. Like I wanted to show up and do something to give. But I was like, I actually can't do it because basically, if you guys know my stories, I've talked about this both in depth and briefly, but I occasionally have this thing where I go into this mode where I'm completely possessed and I can't stop playing, even to a great detriment to my well-being. So because of that, and because of the message that I always want to share, which is that you should take care of that, right? Like, don't, like, that's very important. That's much more important than anything. So, so I was like, not as much as anything, but relative to this, to just, playing to this. So I was like, okay, I shouldn't, I just can't keep playing because even though I thought I had it all under control, and even if it happens only once in a blue moon, the downsides of it happening even occasionally are so great that it actually is such a risk. Because I literally thought like, okay, if this continues, like you could actually die. Like this is actually it's playing with fire because you don't know. You don't know what's gonna do to your brain. If this happens once in a while, who knows if it gets out of control, right? Like, what happens if it gets out of control? What happens if you start relying on it as a crutch? What starts happening if it becomes more of a habit? And then you're gonna continue rationalizing it. You're gonna continue thinking, "Oh, it's okay. I have it. It's like only occasionally. It's like I have mostly under control. It's fine." And then I realized it was a problem. So I'm gonna talk more about this in a different video where I talk about the addiction, just what is an addiction, because it only became clear to me when I was talking to someone else about it, when they were like, no, like you don't have it under control. Like there is no such thing. That is the greatest illusion, the fantasy. Oh my God, I'm so sorry, Dylan, that I have to like talk about this after the end of such a beautiful game that I'm talking about. Anyway, I'm so sorry. But I guess yeah, because he also has dealt with mental health struggles, so I think it's actually apt. But yeah, because you're like a fragile instrument, especially your neurological workings. It's like a delicate machine, and you don't actually know how it works. Unless you are a great yogi and can control all of your mental processes, which I am trying to do actually. But until you reach that point, you cannot say, I know how I work and I am in full control of myself. And because of that, it's very, very dangerous to start playing with fire, to start saying, okay, I have this under control. Because I just heard I just heard how someone else responded to it because they didn't know what my problem was. They just thought that I have an addiction. But just hearing their response, which was actually a little funny because maybe they thought it was like really like, But then I realized it's the same thing because this is what all people who binge on anything do. They start rationalizing, they start justifying, they start saying, it's okay because it's just a little bit. It's okay, I have it under control. And they're in denial to themselves or denial to everybody, or they're just continually trying to make excuses for their behavior while hating themselves when it hurts them deeply, but also being unwilling to actually fully eradicate the cause, which is not having anything to do with a substance or whatever it may be itself, but everything to do with the triggers, emotional triggers, and environmental triggers. This person's very helpful. They were like, okay, what kind of environment, what kind of situation triggered this? Like, what kind of people are you around? You know, influences such as that. There are triggers, but the thing is, you cannot always be in control of what triggers you're around unless you can fully control your environment and your emotional state, and that's also a different story. I wasn't gonna go so in depth into it, but maybe I should because this continues the gist of what I was saying. Why please be aware of your mental emotional state when playing chess is that it's actually very hard. And I want to say like even for someone like me, but okay, even for someone like me because I do an F ton of yoga, I do tons of meditation, I do so much reflection, introspection. You guys hear me talk all the time. I'm always thinking, I'm always trying to change, improve. I'm on all these self-improvement things. But this is not enough. And that's what she was telling me. She's like, meditation is not enough. She's like, this is a bad habit. This is a deep mental groove in your brain. This is a deep groove that you can't control. And you think that meditation can help that these things that you can, but it's not about willpower. And you feel so ashamed and you feel so guilty because you're like, oh, I didn't have the strength. I didn't have the willpower. I didn't have this or that. It's like something flawed inside me, but it's not. It's very much like it's just a deeply carved rut in your brain that's gonna set off the same triggers every time. Every time it's like A then B then C then D. That falling what is it called? The dominoes, the domino effect. It's like trigger, and before you know it, the neurological processes in your brain start firing, the chemicals start firing, the dopamine, and you literally can't pull the brakes. The roller coaster, you went up the roller coaster, boom, that thing, that cart is falling down. It's falling down the rails. You can't break it anymore. It's freaking kinetic energy, bro. Potential converted to kinetic energy. You can't freaking stop the freaking tracks anymore. It's just gone. That's what happens when this addiction happens. It's like, psh, psh. The next thing you know, you're like, oh my God, what did I just do? But you couldn't control yourself. And so she made me realize, okay, so what can I do? What can I do? I can't control it. I can't be like, oh, just a little bit. I can't do all the yoga and meditation in the world. It's like enough is enough. That's just it's just time. You just have to get rid of it. And I was like, oh man. And even after like just having this brought home and just like thinking about it and knowing it's right, I was like, but I still wanted to justify it. I still wanted to see if I could get out of it. I could still wanted to see like I was like, oh, but I was like, I need to do this. I'm like, I need to show up for my freaking YouTube, for my freaking Twitch. Like I need to like I'm a freaking chess.com streamer. Like I'm like I played this game for so long. Like what a shame it is. I have so many books on chess. I actually love this game. Like what is this? I like this freaking I like drool over these games. I'm like, but it's time. It's like okay. So now you guys gotta see Belisa, former 2000 online radio player, now retired. It's just so good. People ask me about my acting career, and I'm gonna be like, oh, I'm retired. So ask me about my chess. I'm like, oh, I'm a retired player. I'm retired, guys. So yeah, that's I'm retired, and it's for the best. Uh, I mean, it's cool showing up like this and sharing some games because honestly, I thought it was kind of funny just like talking about it because honestly, I was like, this is not that serious, right? Like just relative to some other things. But just hearing someone's response to it, like treating it like as if it were like a huge, like whatever, insert your drug of choice. I mean, it made me realize like a very much like the true nature behind it is very much the same. Like whatever it is, even if it's not to that degree, it's only because it hasn't gotten to that point. It's only because maybe because I do enough meditation that it hasn't gotten to that point that I still have the awareness to be able to like, okay, I don't want to do it. But the thing is, it could get to that point, and that's what I need you to really think about too. Like, there are things in your life that you think you can control, that you think this is this is this. But what's actually a toxic influence in your life? What's actually a negative thing that it's better to just uproot and remove? There's influences, there's drugs, there's people, there's environment. You need to think about it. You need to think what kind of energy is around you, what you're being submitted to, what you're influenced by, what is continually affecting how your brain goes, and you need to trace the patterns. Every time I do this that I don't like, what is the cause of this pattern? What triggers it? What is leading me to behave in this way? X then Y then Z. Is like, am I being set off like a roller coaster? And this is where like actual therapy and like cognitive behavioral therapy and all of these things would actually help change, because meditation does help remove your mental grooves. Since this is part of the last episode of our chess meditation series, I will talk about meditation. It helps to remove a lot of these deeply rooted patterns in your brain. It does actually in fact change your brain neurochemistry. But just that alone can, like I was being told, like a lot of these really deeply rooted things, you need a lot of things like psycho whatever processes to help you rewire parts of your brain essentially. And so if we understand addicts or their behavior, that's why when society wants to blame them for like, okay, it's they're weak, they can't control, they like don't whatever. A lot of times, I mean, it's hard, it's a lot of times, I don't know if I can say this, but it's, you can't really fault someone when their brain is wired in a certain way. They're like programmed to do something. It's like you have a program and it's literally written to behave in a certain way. And when human beings are not conscious enough of their actions and their patterns of behavior, in fact, most of us, whether or not you want to admit you're an addict or not, most of us are so heavily programmed that when we have this discussion, philosophical talk about free will versus determinism, so many people, that's why when people tell me there's no free will, I guess this is the argument there, that there's no free will for them. From I guess many people who are unthinking, unreflective in their actions, is because they are very much indeed programmed. It's like X sets off Y. They hear this sets off this. They just react. They don't think I do this because of the, like, there's no control. There's actually no control. The secret to unlocking, to breaking the pattern, how do you actually have free will in your life? How do you regain control in your life? This is probably a deeper topic. I'll see you guys in Belisa life, I guess. I'll be here occasionally. I can't show up every day. I'm so sorry. I mean, what a fail. I literally thought, I was like, okay. I mean, not really a fail, because I think maybe this is a good message. Maybe this is good. Um, and maybe I'll have to edit this video, cut it into two parts, because I think this is actually quite an interesting topic. I don't know, but it's been real. Yeah, and I thought if I wanted to show up, if I want to do something, you'll probably see me doing other things. I don't know if I can commit to once a day, because there are some projects that I do by myself, but I'm creating, and it's not always the best to share, right? I wanted, for a while I've been like sharing a lot online, giving a lot of myself online, YouTube, Twitch, all of these things. I have like I think five, at least five different YouTubes now, like more than that from the past, but like there's like Belisa ASMR. Now maybe I'm gonna create a Belisa art. I don't know. Maybe I'll just do that on Belisa Life. I don't know. There's so many different channels, so many different things. You're giving, but sometimes you also have to like conserve, because really great works. How did Marx write the Communist Manifesto? How did, or was it Lenin? I think it was Lenin. He literally was in a library, I think, and he like put a groove in the friggin' floor because of how much time he sat there writing his treatise. That's how people think of innovation. That's how people create things, new theories, new ideas, books. Do people read books, write books anymore? Yeah, but true innovation, creativity, if you just keep just giving, you need to build up enough momentum that is true creative force, vital power. So, I'm striking a balance, because I do want to serve, and that's the whole point, is like I wanted to serve, but maybe there's a part that the universe is telling me I can serve my talents in a better way. My God-given gifts, thank you so much, God. I can serve maybe better if I can conserve as well. So these are all kind of more existential dilemmas or things like basically things that I have to figure out myself. But yeah, definitely with this, I've been putting it off. I didn't know what to do. I don't know what to say to you guys. I just felt like, oh man, this like, it's only been like a month, like 30 days. I'm like letting people down, but and I know that people really enjoyed it, and I really enjoyed it. I'm so sorry, but thank you so much for being with me this whole way through. Thank you so much, not even to my current audience or maybe people who just found me on the chess meditations, way before with making my way as well. That was also delightful. That was also a really great experience. And furthermore to the universe, this whole chess journey as well, this segment of my life, this chapter is now closed or is closing, reaching the finale denouement. Uh, it's been such a nice story because every chapter of my life led me to adventures, people, love, stories, connections, experiences. Without this, I would not have started YouTube, this channel. I would not have found such success with YouTube. I mean, relative to many people, it's such a small fish, but relative to myself, I've said this so many times. I never thought like this many people would watch me. Uh, I never would have done Twitch. I never would have just done so many things. Ah, man, getting emotional. Psych. Psych, but actually, from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys so much. And thank you so much to the universe. And I'll see you guys again. So it doesn't have to be that dramatic. Love you guys. Bye. Love you guys. Oh my god. Oh, these are so many topics I want to talk about in Police of Life, but I couldn't stop talking about it here. Oh, you guys are just the best, though. You guys are so. Oh, I'm gonna miss you guys. People who talk to me every day. People who show up a lot of consistently. People even just or just saying once in a while or sharing things with me, sharing ideas, thoughts. I can't tell you how much I appreciate your presence and energy, even if we don't know each other, even though it's just an online presence. But I do know you in a certain way, in that it's like the energy, right? So thank you so much for sharing that with me. And I'm so, so, so blessed and honored to have shared part of my life with you. And I'll try to show up from time to time in the future. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you guys so much. I love you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.